It is a beautiful night for football in the Bay Area. And for the 11th time in their 128 years of football, Cal faces the #1 team in the country, looking for their first win ever over the top team. Today, it's #1 Oregon taking on Cal. Welcome to College Football on Versus, presented by Windows 7. Let's take a look at the BCS standings. Auburn and TCU, they have already taken care of business. Now it's up to Oregon, as they are the top-ranked team in the country for the first time in their history. Hello again, everybody. Along with Glenn Parker, I'm Ron Thulin. Everybody knows that Oregon comes in as the top-ranked offense in the country. We've all heard and read about their speed, but I think what really is impressive as far as Oregon is concerned is their balance. 4 straight games now, they have rushed and passed for over 230 yards each.
Yeah, you have to break it down to components when you look at their offense, and it starts with Michael James. Very good speed at the perimeter. That puts pressure on the linebackers in the secondary to slide. Then you come out the backside with Darren Thomas and the way he can run, and don't forget that he can throw, and he's got Jeff Maehl. So speed to each perimeter puts pressure on your secondary, and then you've got a receiver too. Very good job with this offense of getting after you.
Well, Cal's job today is to try to do something that nobody else has been able to do, and that's control the tempo of the game. The question is, and it's a simple question, Glenn, how do they do it?
Well, I think you attack the mesh point of the zone read offense with either a linebacker or defensive end. What you've got to do is hit them, and when you do that, that allows your linebackers to get into their fits, and then you have to have great special teams play as well. Your special teams, your punter, have to be as good as anybody on your defense in getting you field position and helping out.
Well, Michael James is explosive.
He's got the vision, he's got the quickness, he's got the speed to go all the way. Speed, strength, size.
Great ability to get up to speed fast.
Great balance. Great speed.
Very selfless player.
Stronger than you would imagine.
Oregon won the toss. They will receive. They've only punted on their opening possession one time this year. Giorgio Tavecchio set to kick it away. Huff and Cliff Harris, 2 very dangerous return men, are back to receive. And this is something that obviously California is very concerned about when you have guys like Huff and Harris back there. And the left-footed kicker hits a boomer. And it'll be Huff at about the 3. He slips right up the middle. Makes his way up to about the 25-yard line. #1 in total offense. 29 of their 58 touchdown drives have been 5 plays or less. And Darren Thomas, the 6'3 sophomore out of Houston, Texas, who's gotten better every week, is the quarterback. Thomas looks left, goes to the secondary receiver, and that is overthrown incomplete. A lot of Oregon's only given up 5 sacks. Experienced line, as those guys in the middle are seniors.
Yeah, Jeff Maehl, the guy that really is the go-to guy for this offense.
And quickly, as we have talked about a lot this year, how quickly Oregon gets to the line and snaps the football. There's that belly play you were talking about, Glenn, to start things off. Over the left side, it's LaMichael James. Kendricks comes up with the stop. Let's take a look at the Cal defense. #1 in the Pac-10 in pass D and total D. Defensive end Cameron Jordan. He'll play on Sundays, coming off a career-best game in tackles. And at linebacker, Glenn?
Michael Hendricks right there, Mike Muhammad, both guys. The sombrero is on this linebacking core today.
And the secondary, they need to tackle well. Chris Conte, he's their bell cow back there on 3rd down and short, and they're not going to get it. Trevor Guyton is the one who stuffed it in the middle.
Well, blown assignment, Trevor Guyton comes unblocked, and that's what you should do if you're unblocked. Missed tackles will get to you, and so far Cal worked on tackles all week. It comes to fruition on 3rd down.
And they will go for it on 4th down. They need about a yard, maybe 2. They're almost 60% this year on 4th down. The snap. Thomas keeps it. Being strung out. He's got the 1st down over the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Take a look. That's the zone read. No one at the mesh point. He sees the end crash, gets outside knowing he needs 1. I'll tell you, impressive that Oregon felt so confident not only in their offense to get 1, but in their defense to defend a short field on 4th down this early in the game.
That's a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 from about the 42. Thomas's pass swings it off into the flat to Barner, and he is knocked out. Thomas with a play fake. Has a man down the middle. Overthrows the intended receiver, Jeff Maehl.
Well, Cal comes in. They play cover one man. A nice little hold there by Mark Anthony. Just enough a grab to affect the pace of the run and get him out of his comfort zone.
3rd down and 10. Thomas has protection, dumps it to Maehl. He'll be short of the 1st down again.
You're playing a team that takes 4 downs to get 10, not 3.
4th down and 2. Second time they've gone for it on 4th down tonight. Thomas this time hands it off to James, and he is stopped.
See the penetration right there. There's color everywhere. LaMichael does not have the speed to get to the end when there's that much color in the hole. Take a look here. He wanted to take that one belly into the backside A or B gap. Got there, and there's too much color. Good job by that linebacking core getting their gap fits against the
hoping that trend would continue tonight against obviously the best competition they've played at home this season. So Cal on their first possession, Manchin going deep, and that is way overthrown. Making only his 2nd start. One of the good parts about him is, though, Glenn, he's got the big arm, and we saw it there.
Yeah, they're not afraid to use him down the field. One thing they feel they have an advantage with Manchin is that he has got the arm strength to stretch defenses and put the pressure on them down the field.
He is the all-time winningest coach. He's about to break every record here in just a couple more wins. On the ground, Vereen breaks to the outside, inside the 30, inside the 20, and they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 18-yard line.
Well, Vereen is tough to bring down, number 1. Then he picks up a big block out here, number 1. Wide receiver Marvin Jones right there. Gets enough to get that corner back inside the ball near the hash marks.
So after the excellent field position to begin this drive, now Cal knocking on the door. Here's Vereen again. Into the secondary, inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. And the Cal line, it's been inconsistent. Schwartz, Summers, Gavin, they must protect Manchin's blind side, the skill people.
Shane Vereen, you see it already. Very strong north-south runner, puts pressure on defenses.
You know, talking to the Cal coaches yesterday, said, listen, you haven't been successful on 3rd down. In fact, they're 97th in the country, and they said, we're not getting good 1st down plays. They've done that tonight so far. Vereen again. Cuts inside, got the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line after Boyette brings him down. Oregon defense in the top 4 of the Pac-10 in all major categories. The line has 17.5 sacks, led by Kenny Rowe with 6. He is very tough to block at linebackers.
Second level, you look at Spencer Pasinger. He's going to be your whip backer. That means a lot of coverage for him against the pass.
And in the secondary, keep an eye on Cliff Harris at quarterback. He is a ball hawk. 1st and goal for Cal. They marked it on the 5-yard line. Stevens is the fullback. Vereen, left side, puts down the head, gets down to the 2-yard line. Boyette already with 4 tackles from that safety position. That's not a good sign when your safety's got 4 tackles already.
No, it's not at all. Vereen, you see him. That's when we talk about north and south. He understood right away, tent stake the left leg, turn your shoulder pads square to the line of scrimmage, and get what you can.
2nd and goal. Ball is on the 1-yard line. There's John Boyette out of Napa, California, just about an hour north of here. Led the team in total tackles last year, but now his defense facing a stiff challenge. On 2nd and 1, they'll try Vereen again. Dances around. Touchdown, California. Vereen was quite the workhorse. And Tavecchio with the extra point. And it is good.
Vereen coming north and south at you, breaking out, catching a big block from his wide receiver. That gets him around the corner. I tell you, Shane Vereen puts it on his shoulders. Look at the leverage to get in and put him up. Cal 7, Oregon nothing.
And they've got the early lead. This will be up. The coverage, good, but he breaks secondary. And he's up over the 35 to the 37-yard line. Fumble on the play, but obviously Oregon still has it. So far, he has done just that. But no team has held Oregon under 40 points. Here's Thomas. You know, you were asking the coaches yesterday about, we've already seen it, that mesh play, that belly play, you put it in the belly, and how they have to recognize when he has it and when he doesn't.
Yeah, and they really went over and over. Clancy Pendergrass talked about the count. There's a count in your head. If you get to a certain count and the ball's not gone, you've got to assume he's got the ball.
This time Thomas is going to have to pitch it back. Varner, we've got a penalty flag.
Well, when you run pitches,
holding offense, number 77.
The back
10-yard
side
penalty, replay second
of
down.
your offensive line gets in a bind. They've got to find a way to stop that flow. And what you saw in that play, they tend to grab. So when holding occurs on pitch plays, it's either right at the perimeter edge or it's on the back side of the football.
Thomas's pass clock over the 40 up to the 41-yard line. On the reception, DJ Davis, the senior out of Denver, Colorado, his 27th catch of the year. 3rd down and 5. Here comes the blitz. Pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. And again, Oregon facing a 4th down. Rice is going to kick it away, standing on his 27-yard line. They're just going to let it bounce out of bounds, but it'll still be decent field position. They'll mark it at the 27-yard line. Cal's football, they have the lead.
Down by 7. Final play for the
only thing that would make this any better is overtime.
They'll need a miracle to win this football game. Harris slot right, drops back. Hines takes the pass at the 30. With a seam! Wow! Can you believe it? One man to beat! We're headed to overtime!
Buffalo Wild Wings, you have to be here.
Field goal for the win!
And they did it on the running of Shane Vereen. Outstanding drive.
Great blocking up front. Great blocking by his perimeter players. A good job of making one cut, then running to tackle, running to contact, trying to get those yards, and then leverage from his offensive line to get him in the end zone. Great job across the board by the Cal offense that first drive.
The game down, but they have a rhythm. And they said they want to stick to it. Let's see if they stick to the rhythm from that opening drive. Mansion. Pass is complete up to Marvin Jones, and he is stacked up. And also to try to get Brock Mansion in some type of rhythm. They said he had an outstanding week of practice. He threw the ball very well. He's become almost a gym rat since he's become a starter. They're very impressed with his progress. 2nd down and 9. Mansion is dumped as he releases the football, but it is complete. Marvin Jones goes wide to the right, but they'll give it to Shane Vereen. Makes it up to the 40-yard line. Pickup of about 2 on the play. On 2nd down and 8. Good movement on Oregon's part. Pass complete up to the 45-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 5 on the play. Nice job by the tight end, Anthony Miller. Big target.
Well, they've done a great job so far, Cal, of kind of staying ahead of the change. This is the first 3rd down they're going to face so far today.
Vereen behind Mansion. Kellen Allen goes in motion. We've got a penalty flag, and that's going to be movement. Back it up another 5.
Prior to the snap, ball start, offense, number 53, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So now instead of 3rd down and a couple, it's 3rd down and 7. Shane Vereen now comes to the near side as a wide receiver. They empty the backfield. 3-man pressure. Mansion's got the time. Pass complete. It'll be short of the 1st down. Cliff Harris, who already has 3 returns for a touchdown, standing back at his 10-yard line. Ryan Anger. They wanted 4 seconds on the hang time, and I think they may have gotten it. Fair catch is called. Of course, Oregon has already won that head-to-head battle.
Well, Stanford better take care of business against Arizona State, because 3, and then Vontaze Burfict, the linebacker at Arizona State, leads a really good defensive front.
Thomas keeps it, looks for a block on the outside. 1 missed tackle as he gets up to the 30-yard line. That'll be good for a 1st down. That's about 35% faster than other teams in the country. That was less than 16 seconds. Thomas's pass is low, and they're going to say it's incomplete. It hit the ground at the 33-yard line. 2nd down and 10 from the 30. Thomas looks left, locks on his receiver, pass away from LaMichael James. Let's take a look at our Pizza Hut favorite matchup. We're going to go a little offense-defense here with LaMichael James and Mike Mohammed, the outstanding linebacker from Cal.
Yeah, your middle backer against your running back. How well does he flow down the line? Does he use his fit well? Does he scrape off the butt of the tackle and get in the backfield? All those things they're going to use in this matchup to see if they can stop LaMichael James.
We have an injury, and it looks like it's Derek Hill, the senior out of down the highway in Oakland, California. And Hill will head to the sideline. Here comes the blitz. Thomas steps up in the pocket, and he's got a lot of room in front of him. He gets hit, and it should be just a shade close, short of the 1st down. One official has it marked. Well, now they're saying they gave it to him, and the Cal coaches are saying, hold on.
Yeah, they might want to look at this because you can see he comes down. Looks like he's just short of that line.
Too late. But Michael James already has the football, and he is going to be dragged down for about a half-a-yard loss.
A little bit. That's one thing they said. Reviews are going to be hard to do with Oregon.
Thomas keeps it, looking, scampering toward the sideline, lets it go, and it's going to be incomplete. Four wide receiver set. Thomas has James coming out of the backfield, and he's got it. But he will be 5 yards short of the 1st down. Darian Hagan, the senior out of Crenshaw High School in L.A. on the stop.
When you look at here, this defense does a good job of coming up and bracketing LaMichael James. One outside, one inside. They're not about to let him get any yards after contact. But you take a look at what Oregon's offense is doing. They need to get together and figure out what adjustments to make against this defense.
Here's Jeremy Ross, takes it at the 9. Does a nice job making his way up to the 17-yard line, 47 on the kick. I'll tell you, these fans are great here. And the Duck fans in the hotel, they are some of the most passionate fans, and it's been a treat meeting them and talking to them the last couple of games. They go from the Wildcat formation, and Vereen keeps it. Before the game, Jeff Tedford has a tradition. He runs over to the student section, and he wants to thank them for being there. And he says he does it because he really appreciates the Cal support by the student body, and he just wants to make sure that they know that.
It's something in the toolbox. You put it out there, and you make Oregon now have to defend more looks against you.
Now Manchin will go from the shotgun. Vereen to his right. They empty the backfield, and they swing it to Vereen, and he can't put his hands on it. Only 2 wide receivers, split right and left. Here comes a 6-man rush. Manchin got the 1st down. Pass complete to Ross.
Max Pro, keep everybody in, only run 2. It's a simple out to the sticks. Great job right there. You need to do this. Jeremy Ross understanding where the marker is, running his route just past it, getting the reception, and credit the throw by Manchin, putting it right on. A tough time.
And Manchin may have to burn timeout. And I think they're going to as the clock goes to 2:02 left in the opening quarter. And then you've got Arizona 4-2 in conference play and the rest. And obviously Cal looking to get to that 6th win to go to a bowl again for the 8th consecutive year.
Yeah, Stanford, of course, playing Arizona State right now. Arizona in a tough game tonight against USC. And don't forget, Arizona and Oregon have yet to play as well. So a lot of great matchups in the Pac-10 coming in the next few weeks.
Main Street. On 1st and 10. Ground game's been successful, but not this time. The Oregon front line, which is outstanding, stand up to the challenge. You can see the rushing yards so far tonight. Ross in motion. Vereen. Nice little cut. He plants the foot, gets up to about the 34-yard line. Last 3rd down they had, Glenn, they had 3rd and 6. Now they have 3rd and 5.
And they went with a max protect that time with only 2 out in the pattern. Here they come back. 2 tight ends, 1 back. It looks like it's the same formation.
Keenan Allen, top of your screen. They rush 5. Manchin gets tripped up. And he's going to lose a couple on the play. Well, that's going to end the 1st quarter, and for the 2nd consecutive week, Oregon is shut out in quarter number 1. For the fourth time this year, Oregon, the #1 team in the country, trails at the end of one, 7-0 to Cal. Beautiful view. You can see Alcatraz there also. But we know how the other 3 games turned out. Not exactly a barometer of how they're going to do the rest of the game.
You do not see panic on an Oregon sideline. And at any point, they do a great job of adjusting. They do a great job of keeping up the tempo and knowing they're coming after you.
Well, Cliff Harris has to do another fair catch, which is exactly what they wanted, 40 yards on the kick. Now, the top rushing duos, QB running back combos, you can see obviously Nevada, Taylor Martinez, Roy Hellu Jr. of Nebraska, Robinson of Smith of Michigan, #3, Ford, Newton, and Dyer down there at Auburn. And there you see Thomas and James, how they stack up with the top quarterback and running back combos in the country. Ball on the 30. Thomas looking for the deep out. He's got a receiver near side, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Intended for Josh Huff, the true freshman out of Houston, Texas, a dynamic young player.
Josh Huff was wide open. They did a good job confusing secondary coverage there. He was open for most of the play. That ball was late getting to him and too high. He could have thrown that ball 2-3 seconds earlier and got a 25-yard gain out of it.
And 2nd down and 10. But they can get chunks of yardage very quickly. Thomas hit as he pitches. Not much of a gain, maybe 2 yards for LaMichael James. Conti and Anthony making the hit. 3rd down and 8. The crowd is loud. Here comes the blitz. Thomas hit. Penalty flag is thrown as the pass falls incomplete. Looked like Ernest Owusu is the one who really lowered the boom, and we have another Cal player down.
Holding offense, #54. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Well, Jordan Holmes tried to do everything he can, but watch the shot that Darren Thomas takes, and this is something they don't want to see happen.
No, at first he gets hit in the run game, and now in the pass he's standing tall. He's got to have maybe a little more awareness of what's happening in the pattern. Look what happens here. Running straight across. That's a pick. That right behind the umpire. Probably should have been called. That is illegal, but it's got to be seen. The umpire had stepped forward, didn't see it, and the back judges certainly didn't see it.
Jeremy Ross back at his 23-yard line, awaiting the Jackson Rice kick. Ross averaging just a shade under 13 yards of return, and this is a nice kick by Rice. Ross backs up to the 20 where he calls the fair catch. The injured player, by the way, on that last play was Mark Anthony, but he did get up and walk off the field. There he is right now. Let's check in with Lewis Johnson.
Yeah, Ron, Anthony, I believe, is trying to figure out where he is. As you see the trainers giving some diagnostic testing. Had to be helped off the field. And again, they're now doing the light in the eyes and trying to figure out what happened. And I think he's trying to figure out the same thing.
I bet he is, because Lavagier Tuane just picked him, cold-cocked him. We think it should have been a penalty. Never call.
Offside defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
That's their 2nd penalty. Let's go back to that last play where we thought it might have been a pick.
Yeah, watch right here. He's going to be in coverage coming this way. He's not looking at the defender that comes to lay the pick on him. He's completely helpless. The offensive player, Lavagier Tuane, puts his shoulder down, takes him out. Now, Lavagier Tuane is looking like he might be injured as well. But that was a pick. It was, whether it was designed or not, it was an illegal shot.
Straight up the middle. 1st down again for Cal. Nice job running the football again by Shane Vereen. He is closing in at about 70 yards already here in the ballgame.
Well, one way to attack a defense that moves well is you either run straight at them with power or you use misdirection to get them out of position. And right now, Cal is going straight at this Oregon defense.
10 rushes, 70 yards for Vereen tonight. Manchin. Not a good pass. He locked on his intended receiver, Keenan Allen, the true freshman. Never took his eyes off it, but still was not able to complete the 10. Cal needs to cut this in half to get ahead of the chains. Vereen back into the ball game. Manchin gets hit as he throws pass off the hands of the intended receiver, Anthony Miller.
Only 3 in the pattern. Manchin was able to put the ball on the hands of his receiver there. Easily enough yardage for a 1st down if it had been caught. So they'll max protect this time, most likely.
Miller's got to come up with that football. Mansion now sees the run. We have penalty flags all over the place, and he throws it into the Oregon. There were a bunch of them. Yes, it will be holding.
Holding offense, number 53. Penalty is declined, 4th down.
Ryan Anger, Ray Guy semifinalist, set to kick it away from the 20. And he tries to angle it to the right, and Harris is not going to be able to return this one either. There's no tempo for them in this game so far.
Yeah, they haven't gotten into any rhythm whatsoever. And like you said, the coaches in practice, whether it's the game, they say the players get a little uncomfortable. Even if they're way ahead, trying to slow them down. Very uncomfortable for this team to get out of their normal up-tempo routine.
Thomas pitches it back. That's their staple. One of the things Cal wanted to do is protect the perimeter. Don't let Michael James get to the outside. So far, he's been not able to do it. But this Oregon offense is a kind of offense. They'll run the same play 3 or 4 times, and then boom, you get beat.
Well, they keep that pressure on you constantly, and that takes its toll mentally on you as a team.
On 3rd down, and they will be close to the 1st down. Ball popped out.
Now he's going to take a shot from behind, and I think this is Cameron Jordan that knocks that ball out right there. That ball stays right on that line. Here's another look at it. Good job by Cameron Jordan putting in, knocking the ball loose. Too bad for Cal, they don't get it, but there you said it. They came back with the identical play 2 times in a row, right back at
lead less than a yard. And a whistle. And we've got a timeout.
Oregon, their first charge timeout of the half.
So Oregon calls their first time. Mark Anthony, the quarterback, is out of the game for that Cal defense. Steve Williams, a redshirt freshman out of Dallas, is in. Let's see if they pick on him. James. He's going to be close to the 1st down, and he will have it by about a foot. Trevor Guyton making the stop from that nose guard spot.
Well, a good job of his defense of getting into the gaps. Unfortunately, they don't close down the backside. That was Guyton. He stayed too long on that quarterback zone fake and didn't close distance on the backside.
Owusu had a shot at him, couldn't come up with it. On 1st and 10, 5-man rush. Thomas backpedaling. Dumps it off, pass complete. 1st down, Oregon Ducks to DJ Davis.
There's the first time we've seen how efficient or how strong Darren Thomas can be with his arm. This is a flick of the wrist to an open receiver on a full run. That shows his arm strength.
And he picked up 15 on the play, his 2nd catch of the night. This is the Oregon offense we thought we'd see. Just boom, boom, boom. Straight ahead. Up to down to the 45-yard line. Pick up a 3 on the play. Again is LaMichael James. Michael Kendricks, 5 tackles already.
Oregon got that 1st down. They've come up and they're snapping the ball much faster again. They're trying to get it on the run.
Again, straight ahead to James. DeAndre Coleman, the redshirt freshman from Seattle, Washington, on the stop. And again, the time between plays. The first was 15.8. The second, much quicker. Once again, they vary it. We've got a player down, and the Bluebirds, maybe the Oregon fans, they feel that a lot of teams are, I hate to say it, but faking injury.
But it certainly happens.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. It does happen. We're not saying that obviously Cal's doing it, but one of the things that they did, that Cal did in practice, just trying to get ready for this Oregon offense, although this is the 2nd week in a row that they've had this fast break offense. But one of the things Jeff Tedford did is brought a scout team that he said was the most prepared thing he's ever seen working on Oregon's offense. Thomas looks left, throws left, 1st down. Again, Oregon down to the 35-yard line. DJ Davis, he's been the main guy so far tonight for Thomas.
Now Oregon gets that first. They come up. They're going to snap this ball. They want to get rolling after the 1st down.
1st and 10, Oregon at the 35-yard line, trailing 7-0. Thomas, he's dangerous when he scrambles, but he's not going to get the opportunity. Taken down by Mike Mohammed, the senior out of Brawley, California, sideline to sideline. He is outstanding.
Now this is a good sack for him. Look at him. He comes in. He reads man coverage. Running back is blocking. He puts his nose in there and goes for the sack.
second down and 15. Thomas keeps it. In trouble again. Fumble! Ball is loose, and Oregon, I think, got it back. But it'll be all the way back to the 48-yard line. And Thomas, again, taking a couple of hits, and those are unnecessary hits.
Yeah, you know, you take a look, he's going to scramble. He goes north and south. Takes that shot right in the face. That ball pops out. Good job by the defense. Put their nose right in on the ball.
I don't think it's any secret. You were talking about it yesterday, Glenn. You got to smack it in the mouth a couple of times if you're that Cal defense.
That's right. You know, a quarterback who's going to carry the ball can't be effective if he's afraid of getting hit.
Third down and 23. James. Check that, it's Barner. But he will be well short of the first down to the 42-yard line. Jeremy Ross awaits the kick, and this is a good one. Hits it about the 12-yard line. They'll down it at the 3. Let's go back to the Cal injury.
Well, what you got to do is get guys out of their rhythm. Now, you take a look here. There he is, right there, Tepoki. Now, you can see he's walking back. Now, he looks to that sideline. Watch him. Oh, hey, I'm cramping here. And down he goes. I wonder if that was I wonder if that cramp was brought on by the sight of something, or was it just a massive loss of fluid within a few seconds?
Massive loss of fluid in a few seconds. We'll go with that one. Cal's got the ball on the 3-yard line. Vereen takes quite a hit. Nice defensive effort by Bryson Littlejohn.
One thing when you look at a game like this, you kind of forget, is a team that's #1 in the country that plays the way Oregon does has a lot of pride.
Oh, yeah.
And they want to bring it to you.
Let me tell you, this defense is solid of Oregon. The offense gets the punt. Vereen puts his head down, is able to muscle up to about the 6, maybe the 7-yard line. Third down and 6. 3-step drop, Manchin's pass off the fingertips of Marvin Jones. Talmadge Jackson on the coverage. Here's Lewis Johnson.
Well, Ron, take a look at the Oregon Duck mascot, who has done literally thousands of push-ups throughout the season based on the points scored by the Oregon offense. So far today, bored, walking around, taking photos, signing autographs, and right now, the Duck is lost.
Yeah, well, all he's got to do is call the Wisconsin Badger today. He had to do 83 push-ups. Now 4th down and 6 to go from the 7, so again, Cal's going to have to kick it away. No rush, and this is a beautiful kick by Brian Anger from the 35-yard line. Look out. Say goodbye to Cliff Harris. Touchdown, Oregon. His 4th kick return for a touchdown this year.
In your excitement to get hang time, you can out-kick your coverage. It's a term used all the time in football. That's exactly what happened.
You know, when we were talking to the coaches, as they look at the old swinging gate, they went for a 2-point conversion on this last week, and they're going to try it again. And they get it. Second week in a row, they get the 2-point conversion. Dion Jordan is the one who gets it. They come out with that almost like a swinging gate thing. Last week, it was Beard the kicker that took it in. Cliff Harris has a 76, 61, and a couple of 64-yard punt returns for touchdowns. That one was 64. The 2-point conversion has given the #1 team in the country an 8-7 lead. 4 punt returns for TDs. 3 was already an Oregon record for Benderson. This is a sidewinder, about 2 yards deep. Jeremy Ross wants to bring it out, and he heads to the sideline, looking for the wall. A little hurdle as he goes over the 25. Back to the last touchdown.
Now, I want you to notice when he catches ball, no one near him. So the coverage is late. Then right there, Michael Honda gets caught inside. On the outside, there's no one. So first off, you've out-kicked your coverage. Second, you've lost contain. When that happens, a guy like Harris is gone. You don't have a chance.
And, we were talking about the job that Brian Anger had done in the previous punts. No returns, just hanging it up there. But Harris just remained patient. He takes that one to the house. Ball on the 26-yard line, 6:27 left to play in the opening half. Manchin again overthrown his intended receiver, Jarrett Sparks. 5 of 12 throwing the football tonight. And they face 2nd and 10. Vereen looks for the 30-yard line, and he gets to the 30-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play.
Going for it on 4th down several times. Going for 2. Not giving up. Not being the guy that the average Joe when it comes to my #1 team. Taking some chances and having a lot of confidence in his team.
Well, he got the 2-point conversion last week. He got another one this week. Now Shane Vereen goes in the slot on 3rd down and 6 from the 30. Manchin looks right. Throws, and that pass is incomplete. Here comes the penalty flag.
Pass interference. Defense, number 55. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
Take it back. They went with the middle linebacker, Casey Matthews.
Well, let's look at it.
You take a look right to the right of your screen. Matthews comes out. Now he'll come back under with the pattern. You see him. He's got a hand. Does he have a hand on him or not? Tough to tell from that angle. But that back judge, the far back guy, is the guy with the view on it.
Allen comes back in motion. And they give it to Vereen. Takes a hit right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job. Eddie Pleasant coming up from that rover spot. He's a guy that was moved from the linebacker position to that rover spot in spring. And he's the 2nd fastest DB, they tell us.
Well, when you have a rover position like that, it tells you a lot that he's a linebacker that moved to it. He's still playing like a linebacker. He is filling lanes. He's coming up. He's scraping a match right off the into the gap. His fits are good. He plays that rover position very well and much like a linebacker.
No gain on the play. Closing in on 5 minutes to play in the opening half. Vereen again losing yardage and losing the football. Still loose on the ground, but he gets it back.
Cal sitting here. They're down 1. You see the replay here. Vereen with the ball. Gets it away from his body a bit here. Gets poked out. If you can't make the tackle, you go for the ball. Vereen comes back up with it, but here's Cal now sitting here at a 3rd. Very long. 4.5 minutes to go. They've got to find a way to extend this drive a little bit and keep the ball out of the hands of Oregon.
Oregon showing blitz, and here they come on Manchin. His pass. Incomplete. No penalty flag this time. And there is Cliff Harris standing back at his 25-yard line. And this time they angle it to the far side of the field, and that's what they need to do. Well, on October 30th, Cal lost their starting quarterback, Kevin Riley, and he's with Lewis Johnson right now.
All right, Ron, thanks a lot. Well, Kevin, it was a gruesome injury. How are you dealing with the disappointment of what happened there?
I've had a ton of support from family and then friends and just the whole university as a whole. And I got a lot to look forward to getting my degree at Cal and just rehabbing and give football another chance at the next level.
So you step out, Brock Manchin steps in. What have you seen from him so far this first half?
Well, I think everybody here knows he's a talent. He's a big, has a cannon. Right now, I just think he's got to settle down a little bit. It's tough with their second start being against the #1 team. Just calm down, just let him make throws. So.
Jeff Maehl with the reception. That was an outstanding job, though, by Darren Thomas, looking one way, waiting for that little, almost a bubble screen to set up.
Yeah, and even a better job of the center, right guard, right tackle, getting out in front of us. Look at the big bodies. Look at Kaiser and Holmes and Asper running downfield, throwing flesh against those DBs, and letting Maehl make a cut.
And you go back to your running game with LaMichael James. We talked about the balance at the top of the show, that they come at you running the football and throwing the football. The decision maker, though, is #1, Darren Thomas. 2nd down and short. Puts it in the belly of James. They'll be short of the 1st down. Gets inside the 35-yard line down to the 34-yard line. And you see the clock again as Oregon has kicked it into another gear. Thomas keeps it. He's got the 1st down by about a half a yard. Ball on the 32-yard line. Penalty flag is thrown. Thomas pass complete inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line to Josh Huff.
Illegal motion. Offense, number 42. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Fourth penalty. We talked about the mesh at the top of the game. Here's that last play.
Yeah, that's the mesh. Now you ride. Now he pops it out of there. Once he sees the defensive end commit, he takes it. You see how long that took. Coach Pendergast talked about there's got to be a count in your head of when it's taken too long. He's keeping the ball.
First down and 15. Thomas tries to set up that little screen again on the outside. It's caught. Pickup of about 2 on the play. Jeff Maehl with his second reception.
Looking a little gimpy with his right arm here. It looks like he took a shot on it. He was holding it. And he's coming out of the game right now. He just tapped his helmet.
Well, he came out of last week's game against Washington. Now he's coming to the near side, but it looked like he had a stinger in last week's contest.
Yeah, he was tapping his helmet. It looked like he wanted out of there. Maybe he's wide open here.
And he's down the middle of the field, incomplete, waiting for the flag, and we're not going to get it. Intended for Maehl.
They take a look at Maehl in the slot. Gets off press coverage, gets vertical, so he gains some real estate right away. Gets bumped maybe as the ball was there.
I think Josh Hill turned around, and if he wouldn't have turned around, it probably would have been a penalty. Absolutely.
It took just a bit too long to get that ball out.
Maehl far to the right. Thomas looking left, throws the deep out, caught by Josh Huff. And he has stood up at the 28-yard line. Tonight, Oregon will go for it. They are 2 of 3 on 4th down. They need 3, and we're going to have a timeout called. And I think Cal called this one.
California, their second charge timeout. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Now let's take a look at our Kay Jewelers go-to guy, and it's a guy that a couple of years ago people were calling him a possession receiver, but the more you watched him the last couple of years, Jeff Maehl has become more than that. You know, he's got great hands. He's a very physical receiver. And we were talking to the coaches about him, and they said, this guy's running routes better. He knows how to get open now. He's become a very, very good receiver.
Well, he's doing the little things. You know, it's a wide receiver, it's easy, I think, sometimes to look at wide receiver and say, okay, you run a route off the tree. It's a whole nother to understand when you run the route, how to separate yourself, how to have your cut and your hips perfectly so that you're gaining enough real estate here and there. That's the little things he's doing that a young wide receiver doesn't do.
3 catches tonight. He goes wide to the right. Thomas completes it down to the 21-yard line. That's good enough for a first down. From Michael James on the reception.
Thomas finds to Michael James, who comes out of the backfield. The offensive line all cut. That gets hands down. That way you can get the ball in the hands of playmakers fast.
57 seconds left in the half. Pass is tipped. They were looking for James again coming out of the backfield.
Come right back in with the same play. They've done it twice so far tonight.
And we've got another hurt player. This time it looks like it's Kendrick Payne, number 96.
They went way down the depth chart to find him.
Well, we've got 2 guys, both have been hurt, that aren't on the depth chart.
Well, he's getting himself, you see, a cramp again. You know, the thing about Cal, there's a lot of moisture around here, but I think guys, they don't drink enough water because they don't get thirsty. I'm doing my best here, Rob. Let's take a look.
Okay, I'll buy it.
Now he gets a little cut. He comes up. He was right in the middle of the screen there. That ball gets tipped. He looks fine there, but he did take a shot on his leg on that cut. Maybe that's what they were taking a look at, a helmet to a knee.
Well, Cal only has 1 timeout left. Oregon has 2. And again, the Oregon fans are booing because they're seeing this more and more, I've got this feeling.
Well, I played for the Buffalo Bills, and we ran the no huddle the entire time with Jim Kelly. And every team in the NFL eventually went to this. Really? They called it scuba, and you just got used to it.
Thomas keeps it. Looks to the sideline, doesn't get it. Gets down to the 20-yard line. Chris Conti, the senior out of Loyola High School in Los Angeles, on the stop.
Well, Darren Thomas, he's hustling to get to that sideline and stop that clock. But now they're actually allowing the clock to simply run on this third down.
They gave him 2 on that, so it's 3rd down and 8 from the 19. Look out. And for the second time tonight, Thomas takes a shot. Trevor Guyton and Cameron Jordan laid the wood on him.
Well, you see, he's under pressure. He'll throw this ball. He'll actually hit his offensive lineman in the back. Now, in the NFL, that's illegal touching. That would be an illegal touching penalty. In college, I don't believe that's the case, so...
Good snap, good hold. And the kick is no good. It slid to the left.
Well, the snap is good. The hold is good. He just hooks this just a bit. He doesn't appear to slip. He just hooks it. It's the difference between being in the fairway and being in the rough.
There you go. The Oregon offense averaged 567 yards a game. They have 149 yards in the first half.
Thank you, Ron. Coach, your prolific offense has struggled here in the first half, only 8 points. What's happening?
That's why we play 60 minutes.
But why the slow start? This is not typical for Oregon football.
We don't care about slow starts. You don't get any awards for winning at halftime. We'll be here at the end of the game, though.
All right, what about LaMichael James? Only 34 yards rushing. Any concern about that?
Nope, because we're going to play a whole game. We don't talk about things at halftime. We'll make some adjustments, and then we're going.
What about the adjustments? What might you make?
I got to get in the locker room and figure that one out.
All right, Coach, you're on your way. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ron.
All right. He does make adjustments, and he does it so well. He is 14-0 as head coach when leading at halftime. Shane Vereen gave Cal the early lead. And then the punt returned by Harris gave Oregon the lead. And that's where we are now. Oregon leading 8-7.
Your run game, and they've done that very well. They're stopping the run. They're hitting the quarterback. They're doing what it takes to win this game right now.
Once again, Cal's going to get the football to begin the second half. Jeremy Ross, Keenan Allen back to receive it. And this will be Ross from about the 3-yard line. Up over the 20, and he is going to be placed down. Well, Cal was able to get to the quarterback in that first 30 minutes of play, Glenn.
Well, right here you're seeing Thomas drop back, and he's getting hit. And a lot of times they put pressure on him in the run game and in the pass game. They hit him. They knocked the ball out. They took away his scrambling ability. They took away his ability to stand in the pocket, and then they also took away his ability to run. And when he pitches the ball, even if he got rid of the ball, he was taking a shot. And that's the important thing. Attack the mesh point with him so that he never gets comfortable with the ball in his hands.
And they also had 2 sacks in that opening half. Cal had problems offensively in that second quarter. No passing yards, only 12 rushing yards. Manchin's pass is high for the intended receiver, Keenan Allen. And we talked about the 2 great running backs we have here tonight. Shane Vereen obviously on the right and Michael James on the left. And 34 yards to 72 yards. Most of those yards for Vereen came on that opening drive when he had 49 yards.
But what it shows you, it's a product of what Cal wants to do, and that's keep the possession time even, try to eat a little clock, keep the tempo on your side. Those are the things they're doing. And so those numbers are a product of that.
But who are we kidding? Cal's got to kick it up offensively if they want to be in this football game. Vereen loses the football. Still bouncing around. Bodies diving for it. Oregon says they have it. The officials haven't made a motion yet.
And there is violence going on at the bottom of that pile.
And I think Oregon may have this when they finally loosen up the scrum. And they do. Only the 5th fumble loss this season for Cal. Kenny Rose, the one who came up with it.
Well, this is the second fumble of the night for Vereen. You see the hand? The hand gets on the tip of the ball, knocks it out. Vereen has another chance at it, and then it's at the scrum. That ball is down there, and everybody's diving.
Well, Cal had a chance to come up with it, and they failed. Now what you're doing is you're putting your back against the wall, and we've seen so many teams this year, not so many, but a number of teams play close to Oregon. They have something bad happen, then the oil light comes on. Thomas looking, has a man, Maehl, 10, 5, 29 yards.
What Oregon does is put pressure on you. Right after the turnover, what do they come back to? They come to the over route with Maehl running away from a safety. There's no way that Josh Hill, one-on-one, could keep the real estate between him and Maehl on that crossing route. Great job by Darren Thomas getting rid of the ball in a timely fashion, getting to the touchdown. Here we see the swinging gate again.
He now has 23 for his career, one off the school record. And the extra point is good.
Oregon puts pressure on you, and they have a very good defense that takes a lot of pride. They come right out. They force the fumble from Vereen. Now they're going to get that ball back, and Darren Thomas finds Jeff Maehl, and they go up 15-7, coming out strong in the second half.
It's 31 of 60 touchdowns by Oregon have been 5 plays or less, and both of theirs tonight have been 1 play. The punt return in that one. Ross and Allen. And this will be Jeremy Ross. Looks for something to the right side. Tries to cut back. Gets up to the 22-yard line, and he is thrown down. Let's go down to Lewis.
Well, Ron, the Oregon Duck mascot was pretty bored in the first quarter, only 8 push-ups, but here was what we saw. Look at that one-handed push-up, and look, this thing has done over 2,400 push-ups throughout the season, and based on our technology and our producer, here's the artist rendition of Super Duck. Look at the abs, the muscles. That's what happens when you've done over 2,400 push-ups throughout the season. Not many tonight, but it's been a big season.
He still looks like he's got a barley belly, though, and, you know, he doesn't have to go down that far on the push-up. Now let's see if Cal can get something going, and boy, I tell you what, Manson just took a hit as he let go of the football. Felly is checked into the backfield now for Cal. Manson's pass intended for a well-covered Cifelli.
You're going to have to open up some. You've got to get away from max protect. Right here, you've got to get people in the pattern. Let him start throwing the ball.
Here comes the blitz. Manson steps up, hit as he throws, and it's going to be incomplete.
Well, here he is, and he does stand tall. A lot of pressure. Gets rid of that ball.
A little extra shove by Pace here.
A little bit something, but it's football. You got pads on.
There you go. Cliff Harris already a punt return for a touchdown, standing back at his 34-yard line. No rush. Under a nice high wobbling kick. Harris from the 35. Again, he breaks through the first wave. But this time he will go down at the 47-yard line. If you followed Oregon football, you know that they make fashion statements every year, but this is what they've gone to this year, the different jerseys. Now, these are some of the base jerseys and uniform. You can mix and match with everything.
Well, yeah, they've done a nice job of combining neutral tones with a little more flash, and so they've come up with some different combinations that look good on fields throughout the Pac-10.
And that last one's the only one that hasn't been debuted so far this year. But he got 7 on that one. Second down and 3. Thomas keeps it. Near side. He's got the first down as he makes his way close to the 35-yard line.
Well, a good job by LaMichael James of getting the block that gets the perimeter. When you're not running the zone read, which means going opposite of your running back here, it's zone. It's read front. So he fakes the handoff. The back becomes the lead back, and it's a really nicely designed play. Good adjustment at half to get to the perimeter with your quarterback.
16 yards on 2 plays on this drive. James has got it, cuts back against the grain. He gets to the 34-yard line. Mike Muhammad, 6 stops on the night. We see the time between plays again. But as Chip Kelly told Lewis Johnson at halftime, we'll make adjustments, and we're seeing some of those adjustments already. Thomas pulls it out of James's belly, puts his head down, gets close to the 30. I think they'll mark him out at about the 31-yard line.
Well, Oregon really pushing the pace here. Now we're sitting at 3rd down. This is where there have been some injuries for Cal in the first half.
3rd down and 6. Cal's got 7 guys in the box. Here comes the blitz. Thomas lets it fly. Pass is incomplete. We have a penalty flag on the far side of the field.
Illegal formation. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Correction. Illegal formation on the offense. That penalty is declined. It'll be 4th down.
This one's going to be a 48-yarder. Jackson Rice, the holder. Rob Beard, the sophomore out of Fullerton, California, the kicker. This one's sliding to the right again. Beard 0 for 2 tonight. Of course, tonight's game from Cal also being broadcast on 3D. If you've got the 3D equipment, and the fans, they all bought the same pair of sunglasses, which is nice. They got that going for them. And they're watching it in 3D. We're just seeing it in plain old television. Their first offensive possession and haven't done a whole lot since then. This is going to be a free play. No, they're going to blow it dead.
That's one way to get ahead of the chains.
There you
Prior
go.
to the snap, offside, defense, number 96, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Trying to throw the football, but it has been unsuccessful since the opening quarter. Manchin going up again. Going to show the arm, thrown into double coverage, and it's going to be incomplete.
And now you forced your hand with what you can do on a 2nd and 5.
Jeremy Ross in motion. Another little hurdle. Probably only got about a yard. 3rd and 4. And Manchin's forced to throw it, and he got his completion. Allen, the true freshman out of Greensboro, North Carolina, has his first catch of the night.
That's your slot receiver on a simple, just little slant. Bring him up, straight up, or a smash. Just get up and in. He's the slot receiver. 3 steps, slant in, get the sticks. Very easy throw for your quarterback to make.
Well, he didn't play last week, had to get an MRI. He came back clean at the start of the week, was able to practice, and they're glad to have this talented true freshman back in the lineup.
Well, they need to get him the ball. That's one of the things coaches talked about. They need to have him have touches.
Vereen almost breaks it.
See here, you pull the left guard. That's Matt Summers-Gavin comes around, gets the block. And just a really good tackle right there by Michael Clay to stop a big gain. That wasn't a shoestring. That was a good wrap-up form tackle like you want your kids to make.
And a 2nd down and 7. Here's Vereen. Bounces to the outside. Gets up over the 45, down to the 41, but we do have a penalty flag, and we got a little chippiness going on.
Holding, offense, number 72, 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
Mitchell Schwartz making his 36th start. Michael Calvin goes wide to the right on 2nd and 17. And now the safeties move up for Oregon. And we've got a whistle, and I think we're going to have a timeout.
Timeout, California. Their first charge.
9 yards on the first drive for Cal, only 70 yards since that time. 3rd down, the 2nd down at 17. Manchin's throw, the little look-in pass to Allen. Maybe gets a yard on the play. Eddie Pleasant was there to greet him, not so pleasantly. 3rd down, we'll call it 15. Here comes Oregon's blitz. Manchin back, the deep out. Pass is dropped at the 48-yard line. Should have been caught by Marvin Jones.
And you see, that wasn't enough for a 1st down, but that's a field position changer if he makes that grab. If he makes that grab, you're punting from the 47-yard line. Instead, you're now punting back on your own 40. Ball hits him. It's a good throw. Should be caught.
7th punt of the night for Brian Anger. Cliff Harris back at the 13. A fair catch is called for at the 12-yard line, and that's where it'll be. Timeout, 9:18 left in the 3rd. Oregon leading Cal by just 8. 42nd straight game with a crowd of at least 50,000 and the largest crowd of the year. They've come to see this one as Oregon takes over their worst starting field position tonight. Ball's at the 12-yard line. Thomas, play action, loses the football. It's loose. Touchdown, California. Derek Hill.
Rolling on the field as the ball was batted in the quarterback's hand.
reviewed.
The ruling on the field is under review.
Oh, he slapped it before the hand.
It appeared he got it at the apex of his arm going back. So take a look. Very tough to tell. A good job of being really agile, getting past the block of the guard, getting himself in there and swatting at it. We'll see what the officials rule here. Did they feel that his shoulder came forward at all before it got slapped from?
To review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
And they'll be going for 2 to try to knock this game up at 15.
Oregon is not being charged with timeout as replay buzz.
This is the same crowd that we talked about once before on one of our games. Very fast where they get to it.
Manchin looks left, throws. Way too high for Marvin Jones again.
There you go. It's slide protection. It's the fade. You want to get that up to him, but unfortunately, too far and way too much on that ball. There's another look. You see big Derek Hill with a good move between the center and the guard. Gets back, takes that ball right off the palm of Darren Thomas's hand, falls on it for the score. There's another look at it. Good job of pushing the pocket and getting yourself in there. And then having the wherewithal to come down with that ball.
Up and Cliff Harris back. Waiting for Vecchio's kick. This is going to be a very short kick to Cliff Harris. Nice job on the tackle.
And Cal, of course, the entire game has been in cover 1 man. That means 1 safety man and putting 7, 8 guys up in the box.
Just a straight ahead power running game again by LaMichael James, the sophomore. Kenyon Barner now in. And this is Barner. Check that James. And he'll be close to the first down, about a half a yard short. Once again, the time between plays. And it was good enough for a first down by about a half a foot.
You really see it on that second, third when it's close. They want to get the ball running fast.
James, not much. Bunch of Cal Bears around him. They're going to give him a yard pickup. The pressure was put on by Michael Kendricks and Mike Mohammed. And it's 2nd down and 9. Here comes the blitz. Nice call by the defense. Defensive coordinator Clancy Pendergast says we're going to blitz him, and it worked.
He brings the safety here, coming from the backside. They bring the safety right up in it. Really good job. That's Cattouse in there with a really good active blitz coming in from the secondary.
They rush 4. Thomas has time. Pass complete to Davis, and he is going to be short of the first down. Brought down at the 40-yard line by Cameron Jordan. Don't want to give him any extra added incentive.
I think that's a great point, Ron.
Ross is going to let this hit. And it will be down at the 10-yard line, 50 yards on the kick. Let's take a look at the Lowe's building towards the VCS. And obviously, we have Oregon, Alabama, and TCU. Those are the teams they have remaining. Oregon still has to host Arizona. Then they go to Corvallis to take on Oregon State. Auburn still has to play at Alabama. That's not going to be easy. And, of course, the SEC championship game. And then TCU at New Mexico. You would think that would be a pretty easy win. And let's not leave out Boise State at Nevada and Utah State.
Yeah, I think what you're really looking at, though, is you look at Oregon and Auburn, the 2 better schools that we talk about as far as rankings, but also the toughest schedule. You've got Arizona and Oregon State, and you've got Alabama. It's a lot of rivalry games, not to mention good teams that you have to play.
That's then Vereen able to get up over the 20-yard line.
Full house backfield here. They shift out of it.
A lot of movement. Manchin keeps it, puts his head down.
Ron, you mentioned earlier the second half scoring points for Oregon. You think you said 215 to 48 in the second half. Well, in this 13-15 game, it was awfully interesting to hear the defensive coaches tell the guys they went back out on the field, we need a turnover to get back in this thing. Bet they haven't said that very often this season.
Boy, you got that right. Good point.
Especially considering they've got a 2-point lead. That's the mentality that you have to have when you're number one.
Well, they're plus 11 in turnovers this year. They have forced 28. Third down and 3. Important third down. Here comes the blitz. Manson from the backside. Pass tipped in the air, incomplete. Could have been intercepted. And we have a penalty flag.
Pass interference. Defense, number 13. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
A lot of Oregon fans here. A lot of booing you can hear to our right side.
They're not happy. Now, Chip Kelly saying the ball was tipped, and therefore it can't be interference. We'll see what happens. I couldn't tell there.
Couldn't tell.
That certainly looked like good defense, so he got over the top, hit the ball with his hand. I think that was pretty darn good defense.
Yeah.
I think that call might have been a little bit of a bad call on Oregon there.
I don't think the ball was tipped, though. I don't think Chip had an argument with that one, but nevertheless, it's first down at the 23-yard line for the Cal Bears. Vereen is stacked up as he gets up to about the 37, and here comes another penalty flag in.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
7 penalties versus Oregon tonight. Let's go back to that previous penalty, the pass interference, and see if Chip Kelly had a legitimate beat.
Does that ball get tipped? It didn't look like it got tipped. And then here's the look from the defensive side. That is as good a defense as you can play. That is really one to me that deserves a no call. He goes up vertically, his hands come over the top, he hits the ball. I don't think he hits him at all.
Well, that's the 7th penalty of the ball game for the Oregon Ducks. Manson wants to put it up in the air, throws out in the flat, pass is caught by Will Cap. And he also is an outstanding special teams player. Pickup of 4 on the reception. Vereen caught by the shoe tops by Talmadge Jackson, the 3rd. Marvin Jones goes wide to the right. They bring the fullback Eric Stevens to the near side. Empty backfield. Oregon only rushes 3. Manson's pass. Caught by Marvin Jones. Over the 40 down to the 38-yard line.
You take a look at Marvin Jones on the outside. Easy skinny post. Hand in his face. The ball gets caught somehow. And for a guy who has dropped some passes that hit him square in the hands, he comes up with a big one.
And Manson's reaction is, yes, finally, Paysinger looked like he got turned around. Allowed for the 17-yard pickup. First and 10 from the 36-yard line. A little razzle-dazzle with Jones. He breaks a couple of tackles. Gets inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line.
Handoff with the reverse, and watch Manson as the lead blocker out here, stalking, putting his body out there, throwing it around. And Jones with some moves. Get himself all those yards. There's another look at it.
Well, it wasn't the prettiest of plays, but it was effective.
Cal's offense kind of getting into a little rhythm here. Penalties, a few passes, a few runs. Starting to see a little success.
Now Vereen becomes a wide receiver left side, and the officials are going to blow the play dead. That'll be their second timeout used here in the second half.
California. Their second charge timeout of the half.
Oh, yeah. 2:26 left in the third here in Berkeley. First and 10. Ball's on the 24-yard line for the Bears, trailing by 2. Vereen's got a blocker in front of him. Cuts to the inside, gets down to the 18. It looked like he was going to get a lot more than he did on that play.
It did because there was a bubble, but you watch this. Look at the pit block in here. He's going to get a nice lead block from Eric Stevens, and then he gets out Marvin Jones on the perimeter with a block. Vereen found that bubble, got as many yards as the bubble allowed, and then put his shoulders down for 1 or 2 more.
But they'll take 7 on first down. Jeremy Ross wide to the right. Vereen joins Manson in the backfield. Here's Vereen. Down to the 12-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And again, Vereen downhill, cut back behind the tackle and behind the block of your wide receiver, Jeremy Ross, coming in.
21 yards on this drive for Vereen. Manson looking, throwing. Pass is incomplete.
Interference. This one from first blush appears to be even maybe more of an interference than the last one. Jones on the slant, trying to find that real estate. Good defensive play, comes in the backside of the ball, a little behind the receiver. Probably should have been led in front of him just a bit. Probably would be 6 for Cal at that point.
Here's Vereen. Cuts back inside, gets inside the 5-yard line, down to the 4.
Vereen running behind that left side, getting behind Mitchell Schwartz and Gavin. See the big bodies, the backside, Guerrero, Edwards and Schwenke. Everybody's a hat on a hat. You get good push on the front side. You get your cut back, blocked, cut on the backside. That gives you a lot of room for Vereen to find that bubble and make hay.
Vereen dragged down from behind at the 7-yard line by Zach Clark.
Come right on the backside, and this is the problem. He comes unblocked from between the right guard and the right tackle, and you've got to be on the same page on the offensive line. You've got to have your communication down and know that you're comboing. You can't leave a guy unblocked on the 3-yard line.
Yeah, that's the way quarter number 3 will end. Oregon, the number 1 team in the country, leading Cal by 2. He hesitated. Does it bother him? No. Kick is good. We have a penalty flag, though.
Illegal motion. Offense. Kicker was moving forward prior to the snap.
Well, Giorgio, you get another shot at it, partner.
And you see stutters one bit there.
Well, they're going to place the ball at about the 19-yard line. So it'll be a 29-yard field goal attempt. Once again, he hasn't missed from this distance in 3 years either. The left footer's got the good hold, the good snap. That kick is not going to be any good. It went to the right. It looks like he hurried it a little bit.
He got a lot of leg behind it. I mean, he was kicking that ball hard, and we take a look from behind. It's a good approach. He just puts too much leg on it.
Yeah.
That thing would have been missed from 60 yards. How about that one, huh? They always tell you to be good from a lot longer. He would have missed that from any distance. Too much leg behind that one.
Well, Jeff Tedford sees his team's chance to take the lead go away. Now Oregon takes over, 1st and 10.
An emotional change of possession is where Oregon generally comes after you.
Once again, the Oregon Ducks have only allowed 1 touchdown in the 4th quarter this season. They've scored 87 points. They get stronger as the game goes on, or the other team just runs out of gas. Thomas keeps it right side. Up over the 25-yard line. Steve Williams and Michael Kendricks did a nice job closing that time. Now we have an Oregon player down.
It's one of the linemen.
Lewis, you've been watching LaMichael James this whole game. What have you found out?
Well, I've been watching him, Ron, over the last several minutes during Cal's last drive. He was on the sideline, as we see this. Before Moore can get up on the sideline with his left sock off. He was having his left ankle retaped. And I can tell you from observing him, LaMichael James did not look right. He kept looking over at me to see if I saw him. And you think about how Oregon has lived on the legs of LaMichael James, the nation's leading rusher, in the 4th quarter in a 2-point game. If he's not right, that could not go well for this team.
Mark Asper has checked in now at the right tackle spot for Darian Weems, who went off the field. On 3rd down, Thomas floats this one up in the air, and it is going to be incomplete. He was out of bounds. Maehl did a nice job just getting his hands on it.
Well, Darren Thomas, a really good job of the exact point of the ball where he wanted it. Maehl goes up, has to come down with it in bounds. That's a great throw. Tough one to come down with, though.
No, right. And we've got a whistle. The
ruling on the field is under review.
Well, we take a look. We'll see him come down. Take a look at that first foot.
Wait, with the left foot, but is that right foot down, though?
Well, his left foot comes in bounds. All it needs to be done. Does he maintain control throughout the process of the catch? That's the next thing to look at.
Or does his right foot hit first?
Nope. His left foot hits first. He hits the ground. The ball looks like it's moving.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be what they'll say, but let's take a look here. Does he have control of that ball is the question. I think they're going to say it's an incomplete because he doesn't have control of the ball. The 1 foot is in. He did a great job of planting that foot, getting that left foot in.
Yeah, the ball looks like it just might be resting on top of the DB, Steve Williams.
Yeah, I think that's the question. Does he have control of the ball?
After review, the receiver caught the ball. It will be 1st and 10 for the offense at the 50-yard line.
Well, I've been wrong in the past. I'm wrong again. The foot definitely was in bounds. I thought he did not have control of the ball, though.
Well, the call goes in Oregon's favor, so instead of kicking it away, they get a fresh set of downs, and they go back to work offensively. And now Thomas looks to throw, takes a hit as he lets it go. Pass is incomplete, intended for Maehl down at the 20-yard line. Josh Hill was on the coverage.
Well, Maehl runs a good route here. Post corner. He's going to come up. He goes in one step and brings it back out. And he's got some real estate right through his hands. As good as the catch on the sideline was, that's how bad that one is.
Well, Josh Hill wasn't sure where the ball was. He got completely turned around back there.
He's been turned around several times tonight by Maehl.
High snap. Thomas pulls it down. This is where he could be dangerous, but he wisely takes a seat instead of trying to take another hit.
We'll take a look at how what this ball does. It's just a little high. It looks like more was just too much on it. Now he could throw it away there, but instead he just takes the dive. And now he's faced with a 3rd and 15.
3rd and officially 14. They show the blitz. LaMichael barrels his way as a penalty flag comes in. LaMichael James short of the first down.
I think they're going to get a face mask here.
There's no foul on the play for an illegal block. The block occurred more than 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage.
If you just joined us on the opening drive of Oregon, they went for 4th down twice. They were successful on one of those. They've gone for 4th down 4 times tonight. They're 3 of 4. Here we go. James straight ahead. They pull him back, but the official marks it down at the 39-yard line, so that'll be a 1st down.
Yeah, he got the first. His momentum took him easily over the yard mark. Take a look here. It's a good job by James. Shoulders down, drive the legs. He gets about a yard over that line, and that's where they mark it.
4th down. And Michael James. This time he's going to lose about 3 yards. Loss of 4, 2nd down and 14 from the 43. Thomas rolling, sees the pressure. Pass is complete down to about the 41-yard line to Josh Huff. Josh Huff goes in the slot, the right side. Thomas. They had him and lost him. Gets away. He's got some running room. But he is stood up at the 36-yard line by Mike Mohammed.
Well, they're trying to get after him, and they do a good job. They're flushing, and now an even better job of eliminating his options out there.
Michael Kendricks could have had him behind the line of scrimmage, but now it brings up a 4th down and 7. You can see what they've done tonight. Here comes a lot of people. Thomas looking, loses the football. They're going to call it an incomplete pass.
And we take a look here. This pocket, he's got one chance to throw the ball. Then the pocket collapses. He realizes coverage is too good. It's an incomplete pass, ball going forward. But credit the coverage down the field and then the push in the pocket.
Vereen, left side. Got a hole up over the 40 to the 44-yard line.
Especially in a tight game, but you look at the leverage, your offensive linemen, they've got good leverage. They're big bodies on big bodies. And Vereen doing a good job of understanding, take a step, find the hole, get north and south, and you can run through some tackles. But in a close game, you can pound on them. The problem is most teams, they get so far behind, they don't get a chance to do that.
That's right. On 2nd and 3, Manchin looks to put it up. I'm not sure who he was throwing to. They need 3 for the 1st down. Here comes the pressure. Nice pass. Manchin 1st down to Marvin Jones.
In this second half, particularly at distance, Manchin with that big extension, nice throw, puts it right on Jones. Jones takes a little shot for it, but Jones has come up with a couple of big catches here in this game.
Stevens and Vereen in the backfield. Vereen does not get by that first wave.
Closes distance fast. I talk about run fits. Just watch him come right through the backside gap. There's color in the front side, and that forces the ball to the backside gap. So many times you hear me talk about, well, there's great blocking up front, but it's the backside cut. I don't mean you're cutting a guy, but you cut the defense in two, and that opens the hole. That time Casey Matthews played a gap behind really well.
Of course, his dad Clay was an All-American linebacker at USC and a 19-year vet in the NFL. Loss of 3, second down and 13, and that pass was tipped. Down and long, only Vereen joins Manchin in the backfield. Oregon creeping up to the line. Here they come with 5. Manchin reading the D. Pass thrown, caught. No, they're saying it's incomplete.
Yeah, the ball hit the ground. He did a nice job of getting out there on it. You'll take a look here in the slot. He's up, and now it's on the skinny post. He looks back. Ball gets there, but it bounces underneath him. He traps it with his body. Good job by the official, the rear back judge, to see that.
It's a high spiraling kick, and this may make it into the end zone. And it does. And now Oregon takes over. Once again, nobody has held them to under 42 points this year. All their numbers are down, including Michael James's numbers. He gets the call up to the 25-yard line, pick up of about 4.5. Mike Mohammed in double-digit tackles tonight with 10. Credit Cal's defense. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And there was contact.
Dead ball, offside, defense, number 76. 5-yard penalty.
That'll move the ball.
Penalty results in a first down.
And Chip Kelly squad's got it on the 30-yard line inside of 9 minutes to play in the ball game. James running, jumps over a couple of would-be tacklers and gets up to the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on the play.
And this is where Oregon really wants to start picking it up again. On that second and third down, they want to get moving fast. So you take a look. That clock is ticking. How fast are they going to get this play off?
Well, Justin Hoffman checks in, the wide receiver number 81, and he's on the near side. Second down and 5. James to the right side. And he's got it. Looking for some running room, and he's going to be buried. He'll lose a couple on the play. Nice penetration at the point of attack. And James is slow to get up.
And look at the color that it shows. All the yellow. In every gap, there's yellow. And Michael James, nowhere to go.
Kenyon Barner is checked in for James in the backfield. Thomas looks left, throws for Barner. Got it.
They're going to take a look.
Needed to get over the 40.
And the offensive lineman cut. They get it out there to Barner.
Oh, I'll tell you what. No.
Enough for the first for me.
But it is a first down at the 40-yard line. Barner again, right side, and he gets up over the 45-yard line to the 40 problem. So Michael Kendricks has to head over to the trainers. Barner remains in the ball game. James went out. He looked a little winded and got up slowly after his last carry. Here's Barner, right side. Got some running room. Got the first down. Close to the 45-yard line.
Well, again, same concept. Watch the right side of the line. You've got Kaiser and Asper over there getting just enough of a hook block to hold the perimeter and get them to the second level up to the wide receiver's block.
And it's Kendrick Payne this time. That's the second time I think he's gone down. And we've seen a couple of players, 3 players go down.
Now take a look right here, right in the middle of your screen, 96. Oh, down he goes. He looked like he was hurt. He was struggling. He looked to the sidelines, and maybe they said, if you're hurt, go down.
Yeah, well, he did. It looks like he just dropped down.
You know, sometimes guys want to play with an injury, but coaches say, no, go down. You're hurt. Get down.
Now it's at 7. Barner right side has an opening inside the 30-yard line. Penalty flag is thrown back at the 40.
Put that in.
79. 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
They go after Asper because he got that edge, the right tackle. Number 79, Mark Asper here. He's going to be your right tackle right out here. Now watch him. He gets outside the frame of his body, and there is no way to separate if you're the defensive man, Michael Kendricks. That's why the edge was so easy to get, and it was a hole.
Thomas. Barnett picks up 6. Mohammed has a dozen tackles in the ball game. Barnett up over the 45, down to the 42-yard line.
How fast do you score, and how much time do you give Cal to come back on it?
Well, they're going to have to call a timeout because the play clock got down to 1.
Oregon, their first timeout of the half.
We want to take you back because obviously Cal had a chance to tie the game up. They missed a 2-point conversion, but then they got in a position to kick a field goal. But the stutter step by Tavecchio was a penalty. They had to kick it again.
Yeah, a chance to go up by 1 there. Instead, they're still down by 2.
304 total yards for Oregon tonight. Barner joins Thomas in the backfield. Thomas keeps it, and he'll get the first down as he stretches over the 35-yard line.
Not seen a lot of that QB keep in the second half. Take a look at the mesh in the ride. He decided right away when Cameron Jordan broke down, he was gone. Very good read by Darren Thomas there.
And now they speed up play a little bit. Not much on the run. Cameron Jordan right there.
Clock's ticking.
Thomas just hands it off straight ahead, running again by Barner. Gets down to the 30 to the 29-yard line. Let's check in with Lewis Johnson.
Well, Ron, continuing storyline here with 2:56, 2:55 left in the game as the cat and mouse continues with the clock. LaMichael James, the leading rusher in the nation, still on the sideline. I've watched him hobble to the bench twice and go back, and now back out on the field, but he has been limping since he's been on the sideline.
3rd down and 4. James takes a couple of hits, and he will get the first down. 25 down to the 24-yard line. That was just pure effort on the part of LaMichael James.
Now, you take a look at what Michael James does here. He sees color. It's a little bit of an awkward mesh, but then he gets his shoulders forward and just continues to pound and get his 1 or 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. It's not pretty, but it's keeping the chains moving.
James spun around, and he is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard. All right, Kevin, you've got it right. It is crazy, and it's a little odd game tonight as the #1 scoring team in the country has been held to 15 points. And it's 2nd down and 11 from the 25-yard line. James is still in, and he's got the football. They try to string him out. We have a penalty flag flies in as he gets inside the 20. That'll be the 9th against Oregon.
Offense number 54. 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down. Holding on the offense, penalty is declined. 3rd down.
LaMichael James puts his head down and barrels down to the 11-yard line for the first down.
And Oregon doing a great job here. Let's take a look at the offensive line. Great blocking across the way. Good backside shoulder. And you know what? Michael James runs right through the tackle, an arm tackle. That shows strength. He might be hobbling, but he's showing some strength here.
And I think Oregon is just going to take a knee here. They're not going to do anything else.
They'll be very happy to get out of this stadium with this win.
But it was a heck of a game for both teams, and Chip Kelly is going to be glad he's got the win. They take it one game at a time. They call them faceless opponents, and that's the guy right there that had a chance to give him the lead. But he did the little stutter step on the field goal attempt, and Giorgio Tavecchio had to kick it again, and he missed it.
Well, Oregon, when you have the target on your chest, you're going to have games like this once in a while. You get one of these a year, and Oregon just got theirs.
Well, Chip, you moved to 10-0, but is this one of those wins where you wipe your brow with a 2-point win?
We won. That's all we care about.
Well, you got to care about the way you played. It was slow in the beginning. You didn't have the kind of offense that you typically have over 500 yards. What was going on tonight?
Yeah, we don't care about that. I keep asking those questions. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is we got 2 more points than them, and we're 10-0 right now.
Michael James seemed to be struggling there toward the end. Again, a great win by your team, but he struggled with that left ankle. What's happening with him? Any concern as the season continues?
We'll talk about it. We got a week off next week. Then we got to get ready to play Arizona. Another really, really good football team. And we know to win, we got to play really well. And to win on the road in this league is a difficult thing to do. And we got one today. We won 15-13.
Give us a sense of what Jeff Tedford presented for you here. A difficult defensive matchup on his side.
They did a nice job. We talked about it going in. Their front seven's outstanding and did a really good job against us.
All right, Chip, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Ron?
All right, a win is a win, and he has a 2-point victory, 15-13 over Cal, but it came down to one of the key plays of the ball game. Giorgio Tavecchio attempting the field goal, and his first attempt, he took that little step. That kick was good, but the penalty was thrown. He had to go 5 yards back, and then, Glenn, you said he just got too much leg in it.
Yeah, I think he just had a little anger, just put too much leg in it. You don't have to kill that ball. He did. He pulled it. He hooked that ball out. And unfortunately for Cal, that was the go-ahead and would have made it much tougher on Oregon. They would have had to play for points as opposed to playing the clock.
And that's Tavecchio's first miss from that distance in his career. But it was a hard-fought game, but the #1 team in the country will remain undefeated on the year. Oregon goes to 10-0 on the season, and their record is perfect. A hard-fought victory, but a victory nonetheless. The final score, once again, Oregon defeats Cal 15-13 in a dandy in Berkeley, California.